So Carrie and I are pulling hives out from the wet yards of the apiary. This summer, it's been so hot and dry, I guess I just a little nonchalant about recognizing I got to get these wet yards out in good time in fall, just in case it gets wet and I can't access them. And sure enough, here we are, having trouble accessing some of these yards because in the last 3 weeks we've had a tremendous amount of rain, and we're looking ahead, and if I take the worst forecast, it looks like we might be getting 1.5 feet of snow. So if we get 1.5 feet of snow, there's no way I'm going to be walking in onto the frost to pick these up with the beat truck. Tried coming into this yard yesterday, and I made it about a mile, and the front end was starting to disappear on me, so I got out, just got out. But I'm able to walk in here with the half ton. We kind of 4x4 kind of float over top of the mud. So 3 miles down a dirt, really, we call it gumbo, down a gumbo dirt back road. And we poke into the yard and we're just hand bombing these hives onto the truck. So nothing like good old back work. Hives are in good shape. We're gonna have a nice flight day today by the looks of it. The apiary is kind of perked up and they're actively flying. And they're bringing in loads of pollen. So we still have clovers, we still have a lot of wildflowers, goldenrod, and just a smattering of plants around these bees are collecting, which is really positive. So I'm afraid that we didn't get the work done quick enough this morning. These guys have perked up. We're gonna have to set down a couple catch nukes, I think. We'll come back here and pick them up tonight just to show our due respect to the bees and gather up all the stragglers that have been out foraging this morning. Every opportunity. Another full box of bees. Call that a solid 8. Looks good. Let's do the one beside it.
Heavy box.
Let's see through the screen here. Yeah, that looks good. That's another 8. Beauty. These are all nukes. These are nukes I made up to fill in dead spots, which I haven't got around to filling in some dead spots yet. So if we get some nice weather next couple of weeks, this yard will be sorted into empty spots through the rest of the apiary. Let's try that blue one there.
This blue one?
Yeah.
Come on.
There's a box of these. There's a 10. And so we had extra pails to put on them. We're going to be putting pails on the rest of the yard today, just to bulk them up. One more. Let's do this gray one here. If that's gray. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a gray.
Here's another box of these. These nukes are doing fantastic. I should be washing some mites on them too. Well, we tip back like this. Oh well. Okay, puts me in a good mood. Time for lunch. So this is the yard that we had to treat with Apivar because there was a higher mite count in this yard. It's one of the yards on the outside of my apiary, probably close to a neighbor or something. I've been doing washes over the whole day today and yesterday just to double check, triple check on the mite loads as this winter nest emerges, and I'm not finding anything. This yard we treated with Apivar, and I just want to see if it's helped. I can take one of those. Not finding any. I'll just shake it for a bit longer now. Remember when we put the Apivar in? When was that? That's before all the weather, right? So it's been at least 3 weeks. Two weeks. I'll have to check back in the vlog. Because I'm not finding any. Which has to mean it works, right? We go from shaking 8 mites to shaking no mites. That means it's working. Either that or I took my sampling wrong. Here, I'm gonna pull one from a... I don't have my smoker going, but we will just, I'm gonna dig in here, see what's going on. Full of syrup. A little bit of brood hatching out. Just a bit. So I don't have a tub to kind of shake this into. I'm just taking a look for the queen. No queen. These guys are a little more edgy. Fuckers. This is a little bit off center. Not near as big. So I'll pull some bees right from where the center of the nest is. Here's the brood. Just finishing emerging. Some eggs there, but they're not really going anywhere. So here is the center of the brood nest. And I don't see the queen. These guys are off to the one side. When they do that, so there's no mites. So there's this Apivar's treatment's been in here for 2.5, maybe 3 weeks. I'll have to look back at my records. And we put the treatment in, and there was like for sure over 5% mite infestation. So Apivar worked pretty quick for me, probably because there isn't a whole lot of brood inside, and the nests are starting to get smaller. So the mites really have no place to hide. So it's cold as fuck out here today. We're just dropping a little bit of syrup, and I want to show you why we're putting a little bit extra syrup on these colonies. They're pretty much to wait right now, but as you can hear, the wind is just brutal. Feels like snow, and I think that's what's coming. So I'm just going to tip some colony, or get Carrie to tip some colonies back, and I'll show you why we're putting a lot of attention on topping them up. So these bees are feeding on the syrup still. It's 2 degrees. Hungry, filling their tummies. So we're just about through the apiary now, just, you know, satisfying them, just giving them whatever they need. Oh, there, I should have my veil up too. Buggers. There's a box of bees. Somebody's making use of the day. You wouldn't want to be standing in there. You'd be silent. They wouldn't even find you. Almost magic, eh? He didn't turn mine.
is only half full.